Good evening. Good evening. I'd like to welcome all of you to the Pennsylvania Horse Breeders Association's 45th Annual Iroquois Awards Banquet. It's going to be a fantastic night. Let me start off by introducing the daughter of the legendary voice of the Flyers, Gene Hart, and the #1 anthem singer in the National Hockey League. Please stand while Lauren Hart sings God Bless America.
From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam, God bless America, I home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president of the Pennsylvania Horse Breeders Association, Greg Newell.
That's scary. Nobody got any thoughts? Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I think 3 words are going to be used a lot: thank you and congratulations. And it's really appropriate to start with the thank yous. And I want to follow right up with what Brian just did there in introducing the dignitaries, and especially our elected officials. You know, we're in an interesting industry. It's pretty complicated how everything plays itself out from a funding perspective. But I want to just take a perspective for a second. If you listen to those legislators, they cover a very large area. And we are probably first off, agriculture is the #1 industry in Pennsylvania. And we play a crucial role in that. Yes, and it is exciting and happy, and we're proud to be an important part of that. And sometimes that's not always recognized, but we play a really big role in the success of agriculture type of situation. What makes horse racing and breeding so unique is that we cover the entire state. The interesting thing, you look at it, the tracks are in urban areas: Chester, Erie, Wilkes-Barre, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. So they are big employment hubs in areas where it's crucial. Let's be honest, Chester's a challenge at times with many things they've had to go through, and yet the track provides stable employment. If somebody went up to Parks, they'd see over 1,000 employees there every single day, 365 days a year. And yet, at the same time, we just talked to you about agriculture, the farms are often, out in remote areas. So where do you have an industry where major employment and a major part of what goes on is in strong urban areas, and at the same time, it's also big in the agriculture? Very, very important, because all of us know feed's really expensive because we buy the best stuff for our horses. And we play a crucial role with the veterinary programs across the state. So today, and we recently, Brian and I, a number of us, Jeff and Bob have been up to Harrisburg. And I have to tell you, our legislators understand that. It's really amazing to have the breadth of legislators who are here tonight, to have the Speaker of the House who's truly interested in what we're doing. I can't say thank you enough to the legislators for your commitment.
Our first award this evening is the Award of Merit, which is presented to an aftercare organization that has made a significant difference in making sure that our equine athletes are placed in secondary careers or homes with as much love and care as they received by you, our breeders, owners, and trainers. This is of utmost importance to our association, so much that we have instituted the signing of a code of ethics for all PA-Bred registrations. Winners of this Award of Merit receive a $500 donation from the PHBA. Past winners include Parks-based Turning for Home, Penn National-based New Start, and Canner, PA. Together, those 3 have provided more than 9,000 former racehorses with a safe retirement. This year's Award of Merit goes to Ryers Farm in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Accepting the award is Vice President of Ryers Farm, Peter Giangiulio. Our next award is the Daily Racing Form 2023 Top PA-Bred Buyer Award. The Daily Racing Form honors the breeder of the Pennsylvania bred horse with the highest buyer speed rating in 2023. I'd like to ask Jody Swavey to join me on stage. He's the editor-in-chief of the Daily Racing Form for the presentation.
Okay. All right. The winner of this year's 2023 Top Pennsylvania Buyer Award is Angel of Empire. Angel of Empire owned 104 buyer speed figures in both the Kentucky Derby and the Jim Dandy Stakes. And I'd like to congratulate Forgotten Land Investments, Black Diamond Equine, Christian and Christina Black.
Our next awards are presented to legislators who understand the importance of breeding and racing on agriculture in Pennsylvania. They understand the 23,000 PA jobs. They understand the hundreds of thousands of acres of open space. And they understand the 1.6 billion with a B in economic impact to PA, along with its effect on ancillary businesses such as our mushroom industry, grain mills and farms producing hay and straw, among many others. They also understand that the Racehorse Development Trust Fund are not funds of the Commonwealth, because that's what the law states. Unfortunately, many of the legislators are new since 2017, when the Racehorse Development Trust Fund was enacted. So it's our job, the job of the PHBA, and your job to make sure they understand that. Every chance you get, please visit or contact your legislators. That's the only way we can tell our story. I'm very happy to present this award to the representative from Montgomery County, Mary Jo Daly.
I used to work at University of Pennsylvania, and I managed grant money and other kinds of money there in the university, like as it comes through the department. And one of the things that I learned was if there's a fund and it has a purpose, you do not go near that for things that are not with a purpose. And I feel like that's something I'm always going to remember, and I feel like it really applies to this situation with the fund, that we need that.
I'm very happy to present this award to the representative from Philadelphia County, Danilo Burgos.
I have many members of my community that work in your industry. Your stable hands, your jockeys, and some of your partners. They live in my community. So those of you that are wondering why is this guy from Philadelphia cares about your industry, is because you care about my community.
I'm happy to present the Legislator Award to the representative from Chester County, Christine Howard.
I love horses. I was a girl who loved horses, still love animals. And it's been a great committee under Chairman Pashinsky. It's just a lot of fun. It's become my favorite committee. I've learned a lot about the importance of agriculture to Pennsylvania. And of course, you know, horses. It's the best. So thank you.
Our last group of awards before dinner are our Iroquois winners. This award is given to the breeders of all Pennsylvania-bred stakes winners. Angel of Empire, the winner of the Risen Star Grade 2 and the Arkansas Derby Grade 1. Forgotten Land Investment and Black Diamond Equine Corporation, Christian and Christina Black. Aoife's Magic, winner of the Imply Stakes and the Misbehavior Stakes, bred by Mons Hill Farm LLC, Ed Price. Breezy Gust, Winner of the Not for Love Stakes, breeder Michael Anspach. By Land and Sea, winner of the With Anticipation Stakes and the Stormcat Stakes, breeder Joseph Mbezi. Captain Courtney, winner of the Malvern Rose Stakes, breeder Wesley R. Bennett. Caravel, winner of the Grade 2 Shakertown, the Unbridled Sydney Stakes, and the Jaipur Against the Boys, Grade 1, breeder Elizabeth Merriman. Carmelina, winner of the Keswick Stakes, the Shamrock Rose, and the Gin Talking Stakes, breeder Lilith Boucher, receiving Remy Winnitz. Chase the Chaos, winner of the El Camino Real Derby, and also ran last year in the Preakness. Breeders, Mr. and Mrs. Dale Kraft. Gambling Ghost, winner of the Whistle Pig Stakes. Breeders, Cynthia Bartkowski and Scott Bunker. Going Up, winner of the Hickory Tree Stakes. Breeders, Tammy and Robert Klimaszewski. Gordian Knot, winner of the Danzig Stakes and the Salvatore M. DeBunda Sprint Stakes. Breeders, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Mbezi. Hardy Constitution, winner of the Leafard Stakes. Breeder, Roberta Snyder. Heavy Pour, winner of the Mark McDermott Stakes. Breeder, Richard Bossard. Maldives Model, winner of the Princess of Silmar Stakes. Breeder, Arrowwood Farm, Tom Coulter. Mia Tosca, winner of the Dr. Teresa Garofalo Memorial Stakes. Breeder, Blackstone Farm, Doug and Patty Black. Morning Matcha, winner of the Unique Bella Stakes, the New York Stallion Series Stakes. Breeder, Crane Thoroughbred Services, LLC, Clovis and Joanna Crane. Mo Visitor, winner of the Crowd Pleaser Stakes. Breeder, Forgotten Land Investments, Inc., Christian and Christina Black. Nice Ace, winner of the Hard Spun Stakes and the Avery Wisman Memorial Stakes. Breeder, Blackstone Farm, Doug and Patty Black. Nimitz Class, winner of the John B. Campbell Stakes, the Harrison E. Johnston Memorial, the Native Dancer Stakes, and the Parks Dirt Mile Stakes. Breeder, Arrowwood Farm, Tom Coulter. Notice of Action, winner of the Prince Lucky Stakes, all the way from Kentucky, breeder Brian Minnick. One More Scoop, winner of the Fabulous Strike Stakes, breeder Michael Anspach. Perfect Hideaway, winner of the Fort Indian Town Gap Stakes, breeders Tom McClay and Dennis Swigert. Roses for Deborah, winner of the Grade 3 Caress Stakes and the Smart and Fancy Stakes. Breeder, Blackstone Farm, Doug and Patty Black. Talented Man, winner of the Marshall Jenny Handicap. Breeder, Michael Moore. Twisted Ride, winner of the Fishtown Stakes, the Paige McKenney Handicap, and the Banjo Picker Sprint Stakes. Breeder, Casey K. Racing Stable, Bob Krangle. Wiesen, winner of the Jumpstart Stakes. Breeder, Mr. and Mrs. Chuck Russo. And last but not least, Witty, winner of the Ben's Cat Stakes and the Maryland Million Turf Sprint Stakes. Breeder, Elizabeth Merriman. As most of you know, one of the reasons we're here tonight is to celebrate Smarty's 20th anniversary of his wins in the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness. We were lucky enough to grab a couple of minutes from Governor Ed Rendell. Now we are ready for Smarty.
He won the Kentucky Derby. In a wide open race, there is one compelling story. Smarty Jones, the blue-collar horse from Pennsylvania.
This is what you've been waiting for, buddy. Yeah, that's right.
And here is the first undefeated winner of the Kentucky Derby since Seattle Slough in 1977. Smarty Jones has done it.
Wow, what a story, what a horse. 20 years ago, Whew, I can't believe it. It seems like yesterday. We've been lucky to have this experience by this little chestnut PA-bred colt. I think that's what keeps many of us in the business. I know it does for me. We hope that someday, no pun, Pat, someday, we may have a Smarty Jones.
John just said it. Just say thank you. Thank you so much. My heart is so full. It's just wonderful. I'm going to turn it over to John. Thank you.
I just, again, thank you, and thank all the PA breeders for being a special part of it, and I hope you get your chance. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce our guest speaker tonight. Tom Durkin started calling races at county fairs in Wisconsin in 1971. He called the Triple Crown races for NBC from 2001 until stepping down in 2010. He called the races for the New York Racing Association from 1990 until his retirement, August 31st, 2014. He has been awarded the Eclipse Award of Merit and the Jockey Club Gold Medal. It's my pleasure to introduce longtime voice of thoroughbred racing, Tom Durkin.
I'm really not so sure that I want to follow Smarty Jones. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it here tonight. Thank you for inviting me. I was going to have to switch a few things around in my calendar. I live up in Saratoga Springs, so I wasn't exactly sure if I could make it here. And then Brian said, "We have an open bar. What time do you want me?" I sincerely feel that when Smarty Jones won the Kentucky Derby, it was one of the darkest days in the history of our sport. I mean that literally. It was really dark. They perched me on an open platform, 7 stories in the air, with electronic gear literally coming out my ears. From the heavens, here's Thor hurling down lightning bolts from on high, and me, an electrical conduit, perched 7 stories on top of steel scaffolding. I'm gonna die! I'm gonna get hit by a bolt of lightning, electrocuted, fall 7 stories to my death on a sloppy racetrack. There's nowhere to go. The cold facts: Smarty Jones, lukewarm favorite 4-1, owned by Someday Farm, trained by John Service, ridden by Stuart Elliott, sloppy track, time 2 minutes 4 6/100, winning margin 2 1/4 lengths. On to Baltimore. Now, I can tell you all about that race. We saw a bit of it before. But seeing is believing, and I believe that the Preakness of 2004 was one of the greatest efforts by any thoroughbred in the modern era. Smarty Jones, he's pulling away. He's pulling away to win impressively here. Rockhart 10, second on the inside. He's going to win by a colossal margin. Here is Smarty Jones. He wins the Preakness by a dozen lengths.
I was a huge Smarty fan. To me, he was a wonder horse, especially after that colossal win in Baltimore. Well, I thought I was surely going to be calling a Triple Crown winner. Well, you can't win them all, folks. But I tell you what, that was one hell of a ride. Thank you for having me here tonight. I appreciate it very much.
Our next award is a very special one. It's our Lifetime Achievement Award. This award is given to a person who has significantly contributed to the growth of our industry in Pennsylvania. Past recipients were Jonathan Shepard, Ronnie and Betsy Houghton, Bettina Jenny, Pat Chapman, George Strawbridge, and Mark McDermott. We are honored to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award for excellence in contributing to the advancement of our breeding program to Glenn Brock.
I want to thank John Williams for introducing me tonight. I didn't get involved in horses until I was 3 years old. My parents had pony rides for my 3rd birthday, and that was it. They might as well have given me drugs. Of course, my parents were not horse people. I'm the first generation, and my mother tried desperately to point me in a different direction. Luckily, she wasn't successful. I started out renting horses by the hour until I got a paper route when I was 12, and I could afford to rent a horse by the month. I would ride the bus to the end of the line, then hitchhike the last 5 miles to the barn. The barn owner was a notorious horse trader by the name of Bob Wolford. I learned plenty of life's lessons, both good and bad. You don't always learn from what you do right. Moved to the other side of town when I was 13, introduced me to riding hunters and jumpers, the 4-H Club, Burke's Pony Club. Edith Masters, one of the first female jockeys, and her husband took me to Liberty Bell Racetrack, where I started my career as a hot walker for trainer Buddy Jacobson. From there, I started galloping horses. I couldn't believe it. For all the years I paid to ride, now they were paying me. I was getting $3 a head. Good money. I was a jock's agent when Penn National opened in '72. I took out my trainer's license at age 23, and I bought my first farm when I was 25. I was galloping horses in the morning and tending bar at night, burning the candle at both ends. That's when I met my wife, Becky. She was a talented young rider, giving riding lessons and cleaning 36 stalls a day at the age of 18. I remember my come-on line. I asked her if she wanted to learn how to gallop racehorses. Without hesitation, she said yes, and it was off to the races for the two of us. That was 42 years ago. We partnered on our first racehorse. We gave $500 for an old class horse named Charlie Chocolate, only to find out he wasn't eligible to run at Penn. So we were off to Charlestown. We got there fashionably late. I had to go to the commission office and get my trainer's license, and Beck had to put on rundown bandages for the first time. We got to the paddock, and a rider comes out, and he's 6 foot tall. And I'm looking up at him, giving him instructions before I give him a leg up on my horse, who's about 15'2". They break. He gets 2 calls. The first one is, and trailing the field is Charlie Chocolate. How'd I do, Tom? The next call is, turning for home on the outside, it's Charlie Chocolate. He got up to win by a nose. He was 99-1, and no, we hadn't bet a penny. From a 3-year-old kid riding ponies at his birthday party to right here and now, it's been a lot of hard work and a lot of good luck sprinkled in. But maybe sometimes, I think always, hard work makes good luck. Either way, I'm honored to be here tonight to receive this award. Thank you.
Our next award is the $1 Million Round Table inductee. Angel of Empire earned $1,489,375 and is our newest inductee. Bred by Forgotten Land Investments and Black Diamond Equine Group, Christian and Christina Black. Our next awards go to the top point earners from 2023 PA Sired, PA-Bred Stallion Series. As most of you know, the series was expanded this year to add 3-year-olds in 2025. So your 2-year-olds will run 2 races this year, and as a 3-year-old, 1 race next year. Our winner with the most points was Aoife's Magic, sired by Smarty Jones. Winner of the Imply Stakes and the Misbehavior Stakes, bred by Mons Hill Farm, Ed Price. Second highest point earner in the series was sired by Opportunity, Notice of Action. Winner of the Prince Lucky Stakes and second in the Wait For It Stakes, bred by Brian Middick. We have a lot to be thankful for this past year. Angel of Empire won the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby and run third in the Kentucky Derby. Aoife's Magic won the $25,000 award for finishing first in total points in the PA Sired Series. Caravel beat the boys in the Grade 1 Jaipur Stakes. Chase the Chaos ran in the Preakness. By the way, as Greg had mentioned earlier, we have Uncle Heavy running in the Preakness next Saturday. Nimitz class won 4 stakes 2023. Roses for Deborah won her first start back since the Breeders' Cup to win the Grade 3 Giant Causeway. I'm Very Busy did a fantastic job, bred by Glenn Brock and Mark Toothaker. Whitty won the Maryland Million Turf Sprint. And as I said, Uncle Heavy will be running in the Preakness next Saturday. That's not all. Bob Hutt said he would only take a minute for his acceptance speech today. Jeff Maddie called me and didn't ask for money. Todd Mostoller was caught on an open mic saying something nice about HISA. And Rich and Liz Molyneux actually showed up here tonight and had a reservation. The 2-year-old female of the year, the nominees are Aoife's Magic, bred by Mons Hill Farm. Carmelina, bred by Lilith Boucher. Dancing Spirit, bred by Glenn Brock. And Grivet, bred by Hart Hill Farms. And the 2-year-old female of the year is Carmelina. 2-year-old male, nominees are Capo, bred by A1A Racing. Drumroll Please, bred by Barlar, Larry Karp. Going Up, bred by Tammy and Robert Klemaszewski. Notice of Action, bred by Brian Minnick. And Uncle Heavy, bred by Barbara Reed. And the winner is, drumroll please, bred by Barlar LLC. 3-year-old female, nominees are Captain Courtney, bred by Wesley R. Bennett. Late Frost, bred by Gregory and Carolyn Bentley Breeders. Nisi Marie, bred by John A. Marshall. Tappin' Josie, bred by Charles Blanford. And Warriors Ransom, bred by Warriors Reward LLC. And the winner of the 3-year-old female of the year is Nisi Marie, bred by John A. Marshall, accepting John Service. 3-year-old male nominees are Angel of Empire, bred by Forgotten Land Investments and Black Diamond Equine. Gordian Knot, bred by Mr. and Mrs. Joe Mbazy. Mo Visitor, bred by Forgotten Land Investments. 90% Maddie, bred by LC Racing. And the winner is Angel of Empire, bred by Forgotten Land Investments, Christian and Christina Black. Older female nominees are Caravel, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. Disco Ebo, bred by St. Omer's Farm. Morning Matcha, bred by Crane Thoroughbred Services, LLC. And Roses for Deborah, bred by Blackstone Farm, LLC. And the winner in the older female category is Caravel, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. Older male, Nominees are Nimitz Class, bred by Arrowwood Farm, R-Shot, bred by Dr. S. Mark Rayberg, Inc., Twisted Ride, bred by Casey K. Racing Stable, and Witty, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. And the winner is Nimitz Class, bred by Arrowwood Farm, Tom Coulter. Nominees are Caravel, bred by Elizabeth Merriman, Carmelina, bred by Lilas Boucher, Late Frost, bred by Gregory and Carolyn Bentley Breeders, and Roses for Deborah, bred by Blackstone Farm LLC. And the winner is Caravel, bred by Elizabeth M. Merriman. Male Sprinter, the nominees are Gordian Knot, bred by Mr. and Mrs. Joe and Basie, R-Shot, bred by Dr. S. Mark Rayberg, Inc., Twisted Ride, bred by Casey K. Racing Stable, Bob Krangle, and Witty, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. And the winner in the male sprinter category is Twisted Ride, bred by Casey K. Racing, Bob Krangle. Turf Female, nominees are Caravel, bred by Elizabeth Merriman, Hardy Constitution, bred by Roberta Snyder, Nisi Marie, bred by John Marshall, and Roses for Deborah, bred by Blackstone Farm. And the Turf Female winner is Caravel, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. Turf Male, the nominees are Byland and Sea, bred by Joe and Basie, R-Shot, bred by Dr. S. Mark Rayburn, Inc., Witty, bred by Elizabeth Merriman, and You Must Chill, bred by Mark G. Greer. And the winner of the Turf Male category, R-Shot, bred by Dr. S. Mark Rayburn. Next is the Thoroughbred Makeover Award. Each year in October, retired thoroughbred horses descend on the Kentucky Horse Park to compete in 10 various disciplines for over $100,000 in prizes. These thoroughbreds must not have been in their second career training until December 1st, 2023. The PHBA donates $5,000 to the top PA-Bred at the makeover. I'd like to ask Danielle Montgomery, Program Administrator, Attorney for Home, to present the award. The 2023 makeover was Phlox, bred by Dee Dee McGehee. Accepting this award for Dee Dee is Adolfo Martinez, the leading Total Breeding Fund recipient, the leading Breeder Award recipient, and the leading stallion was Uptown Charlie Brown. Next is our PA Preferred category. This award is given to the top male and female PA sired, PA bred, who have raced primarily in Pennsylvania. Outside of PA earnings are not taken into account unless it's a graded stake. In the PA Preferred female category, Aoife's Magic, bred by Mons Hill Farm, Disco Ebo, bred by St. Omer's Farm, Hey Mameluke, bred by Joe Capriglione, and Social Success, bred by Shirley Lejeski. And the winner is Aoife's Magic, bred by Mons Hill Farm, Ed Price. PA Preferred Male, nominees are Barron, bred by Susan Quick and Christopher Pfeifferich. Gordian Knot, bred by Mr. and Mrs. Joe and Basie. 90% Maddie, bred by LC Racing, LLC. And Notice of Action, bred by Brian Minnick. And the winner is Gordian Knot, bred by Mr. and Mrs. Joe and Basie. Broodmare of the Year. I would like the Assistant Executive Secretary of the PHBA, Vicki Shoei, to present the award. The nominees are Harmony's Angel, bred dam of Angel of Empire. Diva's Gold, owned by Casey K. Racing Stable, dam of Twisted Ride. Essential Rose, owned by Blackstone Farm, dam of Roses for Deborah. Five Diamonds, owned by Arrowwood Farm, dam of Nimitz class. Home Ice, owned by Crane Thoroughbred Services, dam of Morning Matcha. Katarina Disco, owned by St. Omer's Farm, dam of Disco Ebo, Four Harp, and Smooth B. And ZZ Zoom Zoom, owned by Elizabeth Merriman, dam of Caravel and Whitty. And the winner is ZZ Zoom Zoom, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. The leading breeding fund recipient horse for 2023, Aoife's Magic, bred by Mons Hill Farm, Ed Price. The Horse of the Year Award. The nominees are Angel of Empire, bred by Forgotten Land Investment, Black Diamond Equine Corp. Caravel, bred by Elizabeth Merriman. Nisi Marie, bred by John Marshall. Nimitz Class, bred by Arrowwood Farm. Roses for Deborah, bred by Blackstone Farm. And Twisted Ride, bred by Casey K Racing Stable. And the winner is Angel of Empire. I'd like to thank everyone tonight that was involved in putting together those videos. Keystone Films, Bruce Casella, Tom Durkin, and a cast of thousands. Have a fantastic 2024 and go PA.